sheltered many times per day. Our children, which are the same as your children, your grandchildren, they can't go to school. They're afraid. They're hiding from the Russian missiles. But our children will grow up strong men, strong girls, boys and girls. And you will see, Ukraine will win. Ukraine will win because every single good man or woman on this planet see what's going on. We need your support because that bloodshed that Russia Federation doing in Ukraine, it's a crime. It's a thousand of war crimes of Russia. We need all together put pressure on Russia as fast as we can. And we need to stop that bloody war, because this war is unfair. This war is genocide of Ukrainian nation. Russia is the terrorist state.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, Russia definitely is the terrorist, because what they're doing in Ukraine is a terrorist method. They don't fight with the Nazi as they say, because there is no Nazi in Ukraine. They don't fight with soldiers. They don't fight with the Ukrainian army. They're fighting with civilians. They bombing power plant stations. They bombing hospitals. They bombing bookmaking shops. They bombing trading center. That's all Russia doing every day. Open news and you will see. In that or other city in Ukraine, they launched a huge missile into the residential building. Children dying, women dying. There is life stopped in Ukraine. Every single Ukrainians are soldiers now. We are fighting wherever we are. We can, all our money, all our force, all our power goes for victory to support our sisters and brothers there in Ukraine. And we don't need you go there and fight for us. All we ask more weapons for Ukraine, because we need weapons to protect the freedom, and not freedom only in Ukraine. In all world, that's what's happening in China, in Israel, in Palestine, in Iran, and all around the world. There is the Russian hand there, that the Russia making. The Russia making to make a house in the planet, and rule and make money and kill more people. Russia is the terrorist state. Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Ladies and gentlemen, support Ukraine. Because you don't support some side of conflict. It's not conflict. It's a bloody invasion war from Russia Federation to Ukraine. That's a new Nazi. That's a new Nazi today in the planet. That's a new evil. That's a new murderer. That's a terrorist number one. That's the bloody Russian Federation. That's what they are. And not only bloody Putin. All of them, they support it. Only one small part understand what's going on, but they're too scared in Russia to open mouth and raise a voice. That's what Russia are. We need all together fight the bloody Russian Nazis, because this is for peace on the world. Believe me, because all the other dictators see what Putin doing, and they see the deal the West country, the old free world is weak. We don't react when the Russia invades part of Georgia. We don't react when the Russia invades part of Moldova. We don't react when the Russia bombs Chechenian cities. They make the same, they do it now in Ukraine. And all the world just keep silent and send in 2 or 3 tons per month. It's not enough. Ukrainians want to live. Ukrainians deserve to live. And Ukrainians will live. We will live anyway because that's our land. That's our
Видел,
land.
там
That's
будет
our land.
вечер русской
Our
песни.
invaders, our invaders and terrorists.
Хорошо, но ничего
And I
экстремального
believe
делать
we will
нельзя.
fight
Не
them.
можно взять
And when we win,
Британцы нам нужны.
I invite you to our country,
взять вот такие вот и
how
может
beautiful is
посидеть там.
Ukraine.
Если мы в
Beautiful
Лондоне.
Ukraine.
И чуть-чуть британскоговорящих.
Well, support Ukraine.
Могу спросить на в группе.
Витас мне позвонил, сказал, что мы отвечали. Витас.
Well, support Ukraine.
Что-нибудь придумать, я спрошу.
Well, support Ukraine.
Что мы будем
Well,
только
support Ukraine.
потому что организатор британцы и
Well,
певица
support
британка.
Ukraine. Well, support
Это не первый
Ukraine.
концерт.
Ну, я думаю, такие
Ladies and gentlemen,
места, как
we're together enjoying peaceful skies.
Русский дом.
We
Очень
enjoying good weather
спонсирует
in
такие вещи.
London.
Читал про русский дом?
But they are not far from
Да,
here.
есть и тут, по всей Европе они
В
спонсируют.
Литве закрыли, в Латвии
Children
закрыли.
sitting in bomb shelters because the bloody Russian
Дании
Nazis
или Финляндии
trying to
словили
invade our
шпион.
country in the middle of Europe.
последний
In
месяц
the
много
21st century.
И в Литве, и в Латвии,
Ukraine,
и
country with 40 billion
Польше,
of
и в
people,
Финляндии.
bigger than France. That's what's going on
Есть, они
right
вообще там
now.
типа
Every
культурная
day,
пропаганда.
children die
Вот
in
мы сможем
Ukraine
спросить у них
because of Russian
пару
invasion.
вопросов, и кто придет на этот концерт.
What motivates?
Last week,
Да.
they don't just show
Такие концерты, они нетворкинг для
station. They're trying to scare us. They're trying to make Ukrainians give up.
придумаю. Я
But
напишу.
we never give up
Спрошу.
because we are free people. And we live from that land, generation by generation. And this country is not one. The Russians came already, not one time. The Russians came, when the Russians come, they're killing. They're killing everybody who are not Russian, who are not want to immigrate to Russia. They're killing every free thought. They sent it to Siberia, getting apart families, they're killing, they're murdering, it's a blood and teeth around when the Russians come. And it's not some far history. This is happening every day, today. And it's gonna happen tomorrow. If all the world will not help Ukraine. We need more weapons. We need more weapons to throw away bloody occupants away from our land. I think it's fair. It's our land. We need help from the people who share with us all the values. Freedom of speech, freedom of human being values, all the human being values, the respect, love. That's what we want, ladies and gentlemen. And not Ukrainians come to Russia and start this war. They came to us. They came to us as a snake on the middle of the night. They came and started killing us and stealing our land. It cannot happen in 21st century in our planet. Our planet is too small. We are too educated to let happen stuff like happening here, like happening around the world where whatever Russians put there. Russia is the terrorist state. Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is the 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 terrorist state. Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Russia is the terrorist state. And I'm saying it not because I'm hating Russia or I'm hating Russians. I'm just hating people who came to my land and killing my sisters and brothers. I have right to hate him. I have right to kill them if they come to my property. If they cross my border on the tank and with AK-47 in the hand. If they say I'm not have right to exist. If they bomb in my hospitals. If they getting my children to the bomb shelters. There is the Nazi. There is the terrorists. There is the homophobic people. The Russians hate everybody. Russians hate us. Russians hate you. Russian hates Americans. Russians, it's a hate. It's a haters and aggressive haters. Russia is the terrorist state. Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Russia Federation is a bloody Nazi state. It's a terrorist state. We're fighting for them. We're fighting them more than 10 years. We need more weapons for Ukraine. Arm Ukraine as you promised.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, Ukraine is a beautiful country with a beautiful people, but we dying every day. Every day this war going on. Every extra day costs hundreds and thousands lives of the good, great people. Not better people than you, not worse than you. The same people as you are. The same people as live in Africa, America, Asia, or here in Europe or Britain. Same people who want to raise children, who want to grow up, who want to build houses, get gardens, travel and share their culture. That's what Ukrainians want. And we don't deserve to die because of we have the neighbor like bloody Russian Nazi Federation. Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ukraine needs your help. Ukraine needs your support. Take a picture of Ukrainian flag right now. You who are walking here now under the peaceful sky. Share it in your social media. Say stop war in Ukraine. Get the Russia out from Ukraine. That's all we want. We don't want to kill all Russians, instead they want to kill us. We want just to get them back to their dirty homes. And they should live there happy or not, I don't care. If they agree with the dictatorship that Putin lead them, I'm okay. Leave them there. But Ukrainians don't want to be slaves. Ukrainians don't want to be slaves of Russians again. We want to grow up, we want to share our culture, and we will win. We will win the bloody occupants. And every last one
occupants will get out from our land or get 6 feet under our soil. Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is the terrorist state. Russia is the terrorist state. Russia is the terrorist state. Слава Україні! Слава Україні! Слава Україні! We gather here and we're gonna gather here until Russia leaves Ukraine. We are gathering here for peace and freedom for our nation. All we want is for de-occupation of our country. Before this war, Ukraine had 0 wars to its count. It's a peaceful nation. But we were attacked in the middle of the night. They started with annexing Crimea in 2014, and then in the middle of the night on the 24th of February 2022, they attacked us, and the day before they said they don't have plans to attack us. Terrorists do what terrorists always did, because Russia is a terrorist state.
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 Russia is a terrorist state.